Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today's March 27th, and we are into our last week here of March and end of quarter. Yesterday we had a very big move after Friday's almost to the retest of our 77 level down here. We got to the 80s. There was some single prints within that day from FOMC day where we came back down. We closed up 14 on that day. Yesterday morning we gapped up. Thank you to Mr. Bernanke's comments pre-market. And the market sat and went sideways pretty much all morning until the last couple hours of the day, where we ran from once we broke out over top of the 8s all the way up to 15. The market's traded as high as 19s now in the overnight. And there's two key levels here that we need to focus in on the S&P here, and those levels above us are a couple naked pointed controls that are in front of us here. The first one is at 23, which is this level here. The second one is the 27 level. That's the second one up there at 27. So two key levels for us up above that I'm focusing for upside objectives in this market. Today I'm expecting a pause day, if you will, so some sort of rotation or a resting day after yesterday's move. Looking at the 08 area as being the first objective for the rotation down, because that you had also the prior pivot highs here, so there should be somewhat of a minor change of polarity trade here, and there's also some low volume from there yesterday. So I'm looking at that being the low, and then if they want to take it to the 19s, retest that, probe yesterday's highs, that we could easily see that. So pretty well defined, but again, the bull continues. How high will it go? And as a matter of fact, we have somewhat of another balance area in an imbalance state again. It didn't last very long here, but there it is. So in balance state again, directional move, looking for what? Stopping price, looking for where do we get acceptance of value again. Keep in mind too, yesterday, I mentioned this in the trading room, that we have the potential here on this chart, and again, only time will tell. There's an island bottom reversal. These two candles right here formed what they would call an island bottom reversal. You have a gap from this day's bar down, and then we traded on Friday, and then a gap up. So it's leaving these two candles technically in an island bottom reversal down here. Okay, so that in itself is a very bullish development when people see that from a candlestick development like that. So these two candles hanging down by themselves, we'd have to come back through to fill 1394, 93 area in order to take and shut that actually down. So, but this gap up, is way up over these prior gaps, very bullish in the sense, and we'll see how far this actually can continue in the days to come. Nasdaq, that thing's on its own page. Yesterday, Apple ripped for about 6-7 points and did the Nasdaq, except now that we're having some sectors breaking out, such as semiconductors. They're breaking out, making new highs, and again, banks, brokers, a lot of things, challenging the prior pivot highs we've seen on the charts before, and looking, to continue to go higher. The only thing that would obviously get us to think the opposite direction here is if all of a sudden we had a 2-bar reversal today. Let's say we opened a little bit higher and traded all the way back down, and there was some sort of an outside candle today on this new high. That would trigger, to me, some short-term selling. We had something like that similar to here on this day back in February 29th. We were making new highs. We gapped open and we closed lower. It was an outside candle because it made a higher high and a lower low from that bar. And then you can see what it did. It did auction all the way back down to the rotation low before continuing to go higher. So today, again, I'm expecting one of these days right here that we had on March 14th. After the wide range candle, pause day, rotation back and forth within that range, and then look for continuation tomorrow. It would be very unusual to have two wide range candles back to back. I don't think you can look back in the chart here even to the beginning of the year. Do you really see anything like that where we've had two wide range candles? Here's two wide range candles back to back, but one was down, the next one was up. But to see two such as we've had here would be very unusual. If it did go, that would push us right up into that objective here for these 23s to 27s. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and we'll see you in the room.